Welcome everybody to Law and Crime Daily. I'm Jesse Weber. Some say she's a witness, others say she's the shooter. Well, the woman whose testimony could be pivotal in an assault case involving A-list celebrities took the stand again on Thursday. Kelsey Harris arrived at an LA courthouse Thursday morning to continue her testimony about the night rapper Meganthestallion was shot in the foot. Harris, former best friend and assistant to Megan, was at a get-together at Kylie Jenner's house along with Megan and rapper Tory Lanez. There was an argument as the three were getting in a car to leave and Megan got out, and she testified that she was walking away when Lanez told her to dance and shot toward her feet. Lanez says, though, he's innocent and that he's being set up. The judge isn't allowing any electronics in the courtroom, but the good news is Law and Crime senior reporter Megan Cuniff has been taking very detailed notes and bringing us what she saw and heard during testimony.
So she was testifying, but while she was testifying, she wanted to plead the fifth to when she was asked about Tory threatening to shoot her in the car before the car stopped and Megan got out and was shot. And she really didn't want to answer that question. She did confirm that Tory did threaten to shoot her, but when the prosecutor asked what he said, she asked if she could plead the fifth, and they said no, that she can't. And that was just really hard for her, you could tell. She really struggled with saying anything incriminating about Tory or just trying to say anything about him in any way. But the prosecutor really, over a kind of painful couple hours, tried to kind of press her about the fact that she was very candid about this back in September in a recorded interview that, of course, they were able to play for the jury. And she sounds a lot more candid about the shooting, and she's talking about how she saw Tory doing the shooting. She wouldn't get into that on the stand.
Co-host, legal analyst, former trial attorney Terry Austin's here with me now. Terry, most people have heard of pleading the fifth, but there is a lot more that goes into it than I just don't want to talk, right?
Well, exactly, Jesse. I mean, the Fifth Amendment provides the right to remain silent. It says no person shall be compelled in any, quote, criminal case to be a witness against himself. But like all laws, the Fifth Amendment is subject to interpretation by the courts, and the Supreme Court has expanded the right to remain silent to include interrogations, depositions, civil proceedings. So the setting doesn't affect the availability of the privilege as long as there is a threat of criminal liability. Now, Jesse, get this. That doesn't mean you can arbitrarily refuse to testify. The case law also states that the threat of future criminal prosecution must be, quote, reasonable and appreciable. So in a trial setting, that means the judge will determine whether you can assert the privilege. If the judge agrees that there's a real threat of future prosecution, then you can remain silent. But if the judge says no, then you could be compelled to testify, and if you refuse, you could be held in contempt. So there's a lot to consider.
There is. Yeah, Terry, thanks for breaking that down. I think it's important for everybody to understand. But I should tell you, during her testimony, Harris told the Los Angeles County Deputy District Attorney that there were things she wasn't entirely truthful about in the recorded interview. She testified that she has moved on with her life, but that Megan spread rumors about her taking hush money, something that she denies ever being paid off, and she rebutted all attempts by the DA to press her into saying that she saw Tory Lanez shoot Megan. I'm here with co-host and public defender Brian Buckmeyer as well. I want to get your input on this. So this trial really took a turn when Kelsey Harris got on the stand, right?
Yeah, Jesse, Kelsey Harris was supposed to be the prosecution's star witness, and she was anything but. Her testimony left people speculating was she paid off. She testified to Tory Lanez offering her $1 million for a lawyer, but then she pled the fifth when asked if Tory Lanez threatened her. But how would that answer incriminate her unless it bleeds into what she did in response? So the question becomes, what did Kelsey say or do in response to being threatened by Tory Lanez? Add on top of that, she said that she told investigators back in September statements that were the bedrock of the prosecution's opening statements were now false. But at the end of the day, in this criminal case, it only matters what these 12 jurors think. And so far, I can't imagine they're all on the same page. And if they are, if they're not, that spells reasonable doubt that may lead to a hung jury or not guilty. I don't know if Tory Lanez is innocent or not, but that's not what the jury is deciding. It's deciding if the prosecution has proven their case beyond a reasonable doubt, and that, after Kelsey Harris' testimony,